بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأصلي وأسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. مع بعد، من هاج السالكين The Path of the Wayfarer by Sheikh Abdurrahman bin Nasir As-Saadi. Chapter Judicial Rulings, Legal Proceedings, Supporting Evidences, and Types of Testimonies. Judicial rulings are indispensable for people, and therefore it is a collective obligation upon all the Muslims. The ruler is born to instate as a judge a person who has the ability to carry out the required tasks from among those who are knowledgeable about adjudication and legal rulings and the implications upon the people. Therefore, a ruler should instate the person who is most fit for the job in terms of the needed attributes of a judge. This is because the one who is competent to assume such a role is born to carry it out properly, even if there is no other competent person to fill the post, or if such a person keeps him from doing something else that is more important. In this regard, the Prophet said, the onus of proof is upon the plaintiff, and the taking of an oath is upon the defendant. I decide a case based on what I hear. Therefore, whoever claims a right to a property or anything similar is required to present proof for it in the following form: A. 2 just male witnesses, B. 1 male and 2 females, or C. 1 male accompanied with an oath from the plaintiff. This is established from the words of Allah: وَاسْتَشْهِدُوا شَهِيدَيْنِ مِنْ رِجَالِكُمْ فَإِنْ لَمْ يَكُونَ رَجُلَيْنِ فَرَجُلٌ وَامْرَأَتَانِ مِمَّنْ تَرْضَوْنَ مِنَ الشُّهَدَاءِ. Call in 2 of your men as witnesses, but if 2 men are not available, then a man and 2 women whom you agree as witnesses. So reported and identified that the Prophet passed judgment on the basis of a testimony of a witness and a sworn word. However, if the plaintiff has no supporting evidence for his claim, the defendant is required to take an oath for his innocence, in which case he will be judged to be innocent. If the defendant refrains from taking an oath, then he is judged as having denied to take an oath, and so the request for an oath is turned to the plaintiff. If the plaintiff swears an oath after the refusal of the defendant, then the plaintiff is entitled to that which he claimed. As for the types of evidence which would indicate the truthfulness of either of the two litigants, it includes the following cases: A. If the claimed object is in the possession of either of the two litigants, then it belongs to one in whose possession it is. B. If two engage in legal proceedings for the possession of a property which only belong to one of them, such is in the following case: a carpenter or someone similar to him claiming a woodworking tool, or a blacksmith or someone similar to him claiming a blacksmithing tool, and so forth. Alternatively, bearing witness about a person's right is a collective obligation, while giving testimony is an individual obligation. It is a prerequisite for the witness to be just on both a private and a public level, knowing that the just person is the one whose testimony is acknowledged by the people. Allah says, مِمَّنْ تَرْضَوْنَ مِنَ الشُّهَدَاءِ, whom you agree as a witnesses. Also, it is not permissible for a person to be a witness or something other than that which he has knowledge of through either of the following ways: A. Physical observation, B. Hearing from the one against whom is giving witness, or C. Common circulatory of a report on something where there is such circulatory is required, such as in the cases of lineage and the like. The Prophet ﷺ said to a man, هل ترى الشمس؟ قال نعم. قال فعلى مثلها فأشهد. Or do you see the sun? He said yes. So the Prophet ﷺ said, then testify in a case just as clear as you see the sun. Otherwise, if you are uncertain, then do not testify. As for the things which prevent testimony, they include suspicion of untruthfulness to plausible reasons, such as 1. The case of a parent giving testimony in favor of a child, and vice versa. 2. The case of a spouse giving testimony in favor of the other. 3. The case of a person giving testimony against his enemy. It is reported in the hadith that the Prophet ﷺ said, the testimony of a faithless man and a faithless woman, the carrier of enmity Ghamar against his brother, and the servant Ani in favor of household which he serves is not allowed. So reported in another hadith that he who takes an oath in order to entitle himself to the possession of a property, whereas he is a liar, will meet Allah in a state that he will be very angry with him.